So I've just explained how to set up the game. So now let's take a look at what happens when you actually start your turn in Plague Inc., the board game. Each player's turn has 5 phases to it, and these 5 phases must be done in order before the next player starts their turn. These 5 phases are summarised on your evolution slide down here. The first phase is the DNA phase, so we'll start off by looking at that. The DNA phase is when your disease collects DNA points based on the countries they infect. You get 1 DNA point for each country that your disease controls. You control a country by having the most tokens in that country. And if there's a tie, then both players in that country control the country. So in the case of Blue here, Blue has 1 token in South Korea, so they control South Korea and get 1 DNA point for it. They move their DNA score token up 1 point, and they also get a bonus point from their bonus DNA ability on their evolution slide. We'll talk more about how abilities work later on, but what this effectively means is that every time they do the DNA phase, if this space is still visible, they get 1 extra DNA point. Now let's jump ahead to a later stage of the game to see how things work there. So here it's Yellow's turn at the moment, and Yellow is just starting its DNA phase and needs to count how many countries it controls. It doesn't control South Korea, South Africa, Peru or the USA because it doesn't have a majority of tokens there. However, it does control Venezuela because it's the only person with tokens there, and it has tied control in China because both Blue and Yellow have 4 tokens each there. So Yellow gets 1 DNA point plus 1 DNA point, so that's 2 DNA points, and it still gets 1 bonus DNA point from its bonus DNA ability, taking it up to 5 DNA points. Next, let's have a look and see what happens in the country phase.